the incomparable. That is awesome. Well, I'll tell you what, before we get into the show, let's kick it off with let's get the energy in the room a little bit. Let's kick it off with our trio from the Mesa Community College. Take it away, gentlemen. Sure. That's awesome. Nicely done. Let me tell you what, you think it's early for you. You have no idea how early this is for jazz musicians. And in true form, they haven't been to bed yet. That's, hey, thanks, guys. Hey, I'm calling you the trio from Mesa Community College. Do you guys have a name? Do we have any branding experts here at the Chamber? Well, by the end of the show, I'll have a name for you, and you have to go with it. That might not be a good idea. All right, let me make a couple of announcements. We've got a very fun show planned for you this morning. Thank you so much for being here. And thanks to those of you watching on Channel 11 at home. You should come down here and check it out live and in person and get to meet this yet unnamed trio. So, and you know what, like we do every month, we asked you guys that are here to please turn off or silence your cell phones. Don't turn them off because we're going to have you download an app in a minute, but silence them so you don't disturb those around you or anybody on stage. If your phone does go off, Dave Weir, yours is in the car. Okay. If your phone does go off, we consider that a very nice $20 donation to the United Food Bank here in Mesa. So that tends to make people turn their phones off or leave them in the car. Those of you watching at home, in the spirit of giving, if your phone goes off at any point during the show, we'll consider that a $20 donation to the United Food Bank too. So please turn that off. While I was talking about phones, now would be a great time. Mr. Tim Holliday is here from Crowd Mics to download the Crowd Mics app Walk us through that. Oh, look at that. It's very simple to do. You go to Crowd Mics, you connect to the Crowd Mics Wi-Fi, join the Mesa Morning Live event. The password is always hard to remember. It's 123. And what that does is it links you with this iPad, and this way you can have any questions or comments or suggestions for a band name. You can just send them to me, and that speeds things up. By the way, Crowd Mics is a huge success, Mesa-based. A couple of guys, Tim and his brother, thought of this idea, and now this thing's blowing up. So we thank you for being here every month and making that happen. Wow, it's October already. Is this possible? How did this happen? We are in the month of Halloween, and we'll have a couple little surprises there. Those of you might know, October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. And with that in mind, Sweet Susan's Bakery, Susan is here, and she's created a bunch of really cool little pastries. I'm quite distracted by these. Sorry, Pastor Bob. Oh, he's got a whole rack. Yes. God did create those. I just have 2, you have 12. Well, be fruitful and multiply. These are... You can go home with complimentary. You know what? For a small donation, a $10 donation, you can stop by and Susan will hook you up with a booby prize. And you can take these home. All the proceeds from this is going towards this month's Relay for Life, which is the charity that the Mesa Chamber is doing. So we're having a lot of fun with this, but boy, we've all been affected, touched, or seen, what goes on with cancer. So this is a great way to support this. So stop by and check out your boobs. Take it from Bob. Bob and Boob are just 1 O away. And get your own boobs to take home. Take home the tatas. I'll leave that alone. Let's thank today's episode sponsor, Mountain Vista Mesa. I'm so distracted. Mountain Vista Medical Center is today's episode sponsor. Let's talk about our monthly sponsors, Alpha Graphics, Crescent Crown Distributing, this great place, this great venue. Give them a round of applause. Gateway Bank, Chick-fil-A. How was breakfast? Chick-fil-A's awesome, as always. And if you'll stop by and see Sandra at the Chick-fil-A table, she's got a couple of little treats for you. They've got a new chicken tortilla soup that she said is unbelievable. This is good for a complimentary sample of that. And then check this out. You get a whole tray full of good Chick-fil-A stuff. So this is like, I think she said, an $18 to $28 value. You all get one of those for being here. Stop by and see Sandra. Yeah, thanks, Chick-fil-A. And we would encourage you to stop by at the Mesa Riverview location for Chick-fil-A. It's right in our own backyard here. It's Mesa people supporting Mesa businesses. That's what we're all about. Yvonne Martinez Photography, Crowd Mics I mentioned. Active Bodies is our sponsor of our top 10 list every month. The Hilton Phoenix Mesa Hotel, which is a great place to put all your friends and family. They're gonna, as the weather gets great here and not so great in other parts of the country, you're gonna be inundated with friends and family that wanna come visit. Have them stop by at your place, but have them stay at the Phoenix Mesa Hilton. It's a great place to put your guests up. And Minuteman International Printing, how about our new backdrop? Isn't this awesome? Looks great. All right, without further ado, let's get into our first guest. We're gonna kind of do it in reverse order because evidently this guy's busy or something, running the whole city. How about a big round of applause for the mayor of the great city of Mesa, Arizona, Mr. John Giles. Thank you, sir.
You bet.
Good to be here.
Thank you.
Welcome to Mesa Morning Live. It's good to have you back.
It's good to be back.
Wow, now you've just wrapped up, I believe, your first year.
Yes, it flew by. I mean, it every day seems like a year, but the year seems like it was a week. You know, I'm having a lot of fun.
Well, that's awesome. Well, I know you're here today to talk about, to make a plea. So I'm just going to let you kind of run with that.
Well, thanks. Last week, I had the privilege of traveling to Mexico City with the mayors from Phoenix and Tucson, Nogales, and we were there on a trade mission trying to improve our relationship with Mexico City, and I think we had a great visit. But while we were there was a big natural disaster occurred in Guaymas, Sonora, Mexico, which is Mesa's sister city. Guaymas is a city that's very familiar to a lot of us. The Mesa Sister Cities organization, Mesa Rotary Club, are constantly doing things and very involved in that community. There were two very devastating floods that occurred just within 5 days of one another, and there are hundreds of people in Guaymas now that are homeless, and the city is literally underwater and under a big mudslide. And so we had the privilege of meeting with the new governor of Sonora, a delightful young woman, and she issued a plea to the citizens of Mesa, Arizona, to say, please communicate to the folks of Mesa that your sister city in Mexico is in dire need of assistance. And so we have been reaching out to the organizations in our community since that time. Mesa Sister Cities organization is taking the lead, but Rotary and several other organizations, the Chamber, are engaged in doing what we can to kind of rally the troops here in Mesa to send disaster relief materials down to our friends in Guaymas. So for the next several weeks, particularly what's needed is supplies for babies, you can imagine, diapers, formula, also canned foods. The city's going to do what we can. The city's under mud, so we're going to be making arrangements for some heavy machinery to go down to try to help clear the streets and put the city back together. For everybody, though, if you have donations that you can contribute, any Mesa Fire Department, fire station would be happy to receive those. The Mesa Chamber of Commerce, Benedictine University, we're all kind of rallying together to get those supplies and get them down to the folks in Guaymas that need them so much.
That's great. Well, it's wonderful. How many sister cities do we have?
We have, I'm going to say 5.
Okay.
Guaymas is one that we interact with maybe more than the others. Some are in New Zealand and Canada, and one in China that we, just logistically, it's hard to have a close relationship with. But Guaymas, given our proximity and that they're just there down by Hermosillo in the state of Sonora, which is contiguous with Arizona, it's been a great opportunity, a great relationship over the last several years.
That's great. And boy, time of need like this, anything you can do to help would be greatly appreciated. So,
thank you.
Well, tell us a little bit closer to home. Tell us a little bit about Merry Main Street.
Well, thank you. I appreciate the chance to talk about this. Merry Main Street, I think, is a name that probably resonates with a lot of us. Several years ago, we had this great festival in downtown Mesa on Main Street during the holiday season. It was very popular, but with the downturn in the economy and for whatever reason, we just kind of stopped doing it. There's a lot of excitement in downtown right now. As you know, the light rail has arrived to downtown, going all the way past Mesa Drive. Also, there's this great tradition at the temple on West Main Street. There's a lights display that attracts over 1 million visitors a year during the month of December. So we've got this great bones of having a wonderful holiday activity, because we've got a lot of people coming downtown. Traditionally, we've kind of ask them to leave as quickly as possible without spending any money, if possible. And we're maybe taking a different approach this year. So we had a huge park and ride next to Pioneer Park. We're constructing a food truck court, and we'll have a dozen or more food trucks throughout the month of December, right there next to the park and ride at Pioneer Park. That's also immediately in front of a light rail station. We're going to try to coax people to go one stop west into downtown Mesa, where we'll have a very large, 4,000 square foot ice rink set up next to City Hall. At the same time, we're going to program a lot of music outside at the MAC, the Mesa Arts Center, a lot of high school bands and orchestras and other performing groups. And then our Downtown Mesa Association is going to have Santa Claus and all kinds of booths and other things right there on Main Street. So our hope is that over the next just few years, downtown Main Street becomes known as the place to be in the Valley for holiday celebrations. So we're very excited about it. I guarantee If you have folks from out of town, or you just want to throw the kids in the car and find something fun to do during the holiday season, this is, it's going to be very affordable, but it's also going to be very exciting. And if there's businesses out there, Salt River Project is our named sponsor. They're making a very generous contribution to support this ice rink that we talked about. But there still are lots of opportunities for, I know the business people here from the Chamber, if you want to be a part of this, it's going to last 40 days. It'll start Thanksgiving time and go past New Year's. So there's tens of thousands, hopefully maybe even more, of large crowds are going to come downtown, be a part of this. It's a great marketing opportunity for the business community.
Oh, it sounds great. Sounds like a lot of fun. And you just answered the question that came in, how long will it be? So it's going to run 40 days.
Right. The day, we don't want to push, Thanksgiving. We love Thanksgiving, right? So we'll give it probably 20 minutes for Thanksgiving once it's over. We'll start Merry Main Street. And then right after New Year's, we'll call it quits.
That's awesome. Well, there's a lot of great music bands. I know a group that I'd like to recommend to play, but I don't know how to get a hold of them because they don't have a name.
I thought one of the great things about this group, they're going to be successful because they've got kind of a quirky-looking drummer, right? And all great bands have a drummer that you kind of wonder about, right?
I like that.
Right? Indian, am I right? Okay. So maybe I'm thinking of the Roots from the Jimmy Fallon show.
Oh, there you go.
Or, maybe the Beatles had a quirky drummer. And you take two words, Indian, tell me if I'm wrong here. To name a band, you take two words that have nothing to do with one another and you put them together.
Right.
Like Pearl Jam or something like that.
Right.
The Beatle Roots.
The what?
Beatle Roots.
Beatle
Because they're
Roots.
kind of a Ringo-esque drummer and a Roots-esque drummer. Okay, everyone will come up with better ideas, but that's the one that I have for you.
See, I like the Beatles and the Eagles, so they could be the Beagles.
There you go. See, I knew that I would get the ball rolling and we'd have better ideas.
And I hate to bum the drummer out, but enjoy your hair while you can. Mine used to be like that. So this is what you have to look forward to. Here's another comment here, and the Chamber will be hosting the tree and tree lighting ceremony.
Yes, one of the big iconic features of this event is going to be a huge 3-story plus Christmas tree for right in the middle of downtown, right at Center and Main Street. And the Chamber is taking the lead in getting folks to help support that. So that'll be the place to have your family Christmas pictures for the season.
Oh, that's great. Well, we appreciate you coming by. It's been a year. What's on the horizon for the next year? What would you like to see happen in Mesa?
Well, I was excited to run for mayor because I wanted to keep the momentum going. I think we've got a great head of steam built up as a community, so that's what I would hope to see to continue to get the momentum going from light rail. The economy is picking up. We're going to add 8,700 jobs to the city this year. Crime, yeah, that's a great thing. Another great statistic to throw out to you showing that the economy is picking up is housing permits are up 79% this year compared to last. So housing is really coming back strong. Eastmark in Southeast Mesa is the hottest selling community in the state, one of the hottest selling in the country. So the economy is doing great. Crime, our Part 1 serious crimes are down 12% this year compared to last. So Mesa's on a roll. Good things are happening. My mission in life is to just keep that momentum going and keep the improvement happening.
Got one band name suggestion? Giles Child. So it's kind of a combination of the mayor and we'll work on that.
These guys are great. I'll take any connection to them.
Well, we appreciate it. We love the job you've done. The only complaint that we get about the mayor is your car is dirty. So, Cobblestone Auto Spa would like to take care of that. So, Mayor, there's a $100 detailed gift card.
Wow.
Take that to Cobblestone. They will treat it better than you have. And they'll give your car some love. And the rest of you, too. Go to Cobblestone. They're all over the valley. The one in Mesa is probably the best. So
I think so.
I think there might just be one. But go to a Cobblestone. You won't be disappointed. Your car deserves it, and so do you. You just feel better in a clean car.
I agree. I'll go straight there from here.
Well, great. Well, thank you very much for stopping by, and keep up the good work. And we're proud to have you as the mayor of Mesa, Arizona.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, John. Good seeing you. That's awesome. That's a tough act to follow, the mayor of Mesa, but we're going to have a little mystery guest. This is a fun thing to do. Every month, the Phoenix Mesa Hilton and Gary Levine sponsor the mystery guest. And this is a gentleman that has brought more guests than anybody else to today's Mesa Morning Live. He's representing the Mesa Music Festival, and I think it's the first time we've had a one-word named gentleman join us up here. So without further ado, please welcome to the stage, Indian. Come on up, sir. Welcome.
Thanks.
Good to have you here. Thanks
Good
for
to be here.
Thanks for coming in. And now you represent the Mesa Music Festival.
Yes.
What's that? What's going on?
Well, we do one. I'm from New Jersey, and we do one back home called the Jersey Shore Festival. We're in our 9th year. We're coming on our 9th year, and we've been wanting to do something out west here, and had the opportunity to do an event here during Super Bowl in Mesa, and just fell in love with the town, and the people are just great. So, and we visited the downtown area, and we said, what a great place to do something like this in the west side of the country. So
That's awesome.
yeah.
Well, welcome. We don't have a shore here or anything, but you know, a Jersey Shore, but Mesa Main Street. I love it.
Yeah.
And this is the date is November 12th through the 15th, right?
Yeah, so the 12th is going to be more like workshops and stuff, but on the 13th, we'll kick it off with a VIP party and some mentoring sessions over at the Mesa Marriott. And then we're going to do, I think we have about 200 artists signed up for the weekend. So it's all basically emerging artists from all over the country. We even have a submission from Osaka, Japan. So it's going to be quite interesting.
Oh, that's awesome. And you got a very impressive group of sponsors here. So,
Yeah.
so who should come to see it? People that are into music, people that just want to support the arts?
Yeah, and we're going to be adding a lot of other things, like we're doing fireworks. We're going to be doing an NFL Play 60 clinic with some NFL players, you know, for some of the kids, and a lot of other activities, you know. So it's going to be interesting. It's something for like the whole family, you know. We like to consider it the demo 8 to 80, you know.
That's most of the people here fit right in there. Well, that's awesome, and boy, you're pretty smart to do this in the winter months.
Yeah, it's great. It's a good excuse to be a Mesa.
I was going to say,
Yeah.
get out of Jersey, but you ought to plan another one for like February.
Oh yeah.
When
Okay.
it's, you know, how cold is it in Jersey in February?
Pretty cold, yeah.
It gets nippy here. It can be 70 here.
Yeah.
So
That could be a good idea.
yeah, there you go. This should be a monthly thing. Well, we appreciate. How did you find out about Mesa Morning Live?
Through the Chamber, which we've had some really great partners. I mean, the Mesa Chamber, the City of Mesa, and the Downtown Mesa Association, they've just been very supportive and been very welcoming and helping out with whatever I need. So it's been a really great experience.
Oh, that's awesome. Now, people at home and even people here are going to have questions. Is there a web presence? Where can people go to find out more?
Yeah, they can go to mesamusicfestival.com, and there's opportunities for vendors and for musicians. The submission process is over, but if there's any local musicians that would like to come on board, they can reach out to me, info at mesamusicfestival.com.
Perfect. How long have you been in the music business?
25 years.
Probably pretty good at coming up with names for trios. You don't have to do it now on the spot, but I want you to think about it.
I think maybe we can do a contest or something.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
I like it. Well, if you're a typical musician, I know there's something else you probably like, so I'd like to give you these.
Thanks. Yeah.
And I want to make sure I get my own later, but take those with you.
Yeah, I'm going to get another.
Take some pictures of that, send them back to the boys in Jersey.
So does my wife. Yeah,
Oh, yeah, there you go.
She'll appreciate them.
Well, thank you very much, Indian, for stopping by. Anytime we see people that are falling in love with Mesa and bringing culture and art, welcome aboard. Good to have you here.
Thank you so much. It's great.
How about a big round of applause for Indian? Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
You bet. All right, well, we've been having fun with this, but on a serious note, as we mentioned, this is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and we thought we'd have someone from the American Cancer Society stop by and talk to us a little bit. So with that in mind, please welcome my next guest. She's new to Arizona, so give her some love. How about a big round of applause for Ann Wheat? Ann. Welcome.
Good morning.
Good morning, welcome. Good to have you here.
Thank you.
And I mentioned, because you told me, you're new to Arizona, you're new to Mesa.
I am. I've been a Mesa resident for a whole week.
Yeah. and you moved here from?
Central Illinois, Bloomington.
Oh, there you go. Well,
Yeah.
so you want to be at the winter home of the Cubs.
Exactly. You got it.
And you relocated here. Well, that's
Yep.
good to have
Yep.
you here.
Thank
Welcome.
you.
And tell us a little bit about the American Cancer Society, what your role is, what we can all do, and just educate us a little bit.
Sounds good. I'm a 20-year volunteer with the American Cancer Society. So it's been my passion for the past 20 years. I started through the Relay for Life program, and I wanted to talk a little bit about Relay for Life here in the greater Mesa area today. I've had the opportunity to work as a fundraiser, as an advocate, working with our legislators in Washington, D.C. And the American Cancer Society, its mission is to provide education, advocacy, patient services, and research to fight cancer.
That's great. What a great cause. And now, Relay for Life, tell us, do you know a little bit more about that event?
Yeah, so we're pretty excited here. Relay for Life in Greater Mesa will be April 9th and 10th at Skyline High School. And it is a community event open to everyone. It's a team event to fight cancer, so teams of families, coworkers work together to raise money for the fight against cancer. And everybody always asks, so do I have to run? Well, what Relay means is one person from your team is on the track at a time. So we keep people on the track for the whole time. It's an overnight event. So we start at 1 o'clock in the afternoon, ends at 6 o'clock in the morning out at Skyline High School. The great thing is we'd love to have you all join us as a team. I know Sally's got a team for the chamber here, so we'd love to have you join Sally's team. That'd be fabulous. But as business owners, you can be a sponsor. We encourage everybody in the community just to come out and participate in the event. Come and take a lap or two. Help us as we celebrate our survivors and caregivers. We remember those we've lost, and it's a great opportunity to fight back against the disease that's taken so much from all of us.
That's awesome. How do people sign up if they want to be a part of this?
Really easy. Go to relayforlife.org/Greater Mesa AZ. I've got some flyers back on the back table that have that address, so you can find out more about the event here.
That's perfect. Here's a question or a comment.
Okay.
I'm to ask you about the Survivor Lap.
That's probably one of my favorite parts of the event. When we do our opening lap, we invite all of our survivors to take a lap so we can celebrate them and their survivorship. The great thing too is we ask their caregivers to join them so we can see everybody who's been involved in the fight against cancer. So that'll be at the kickoff around 1 o'clock. On
awesome.
April 9th. Yeah.
That's got to be a very emotional time.
It is. It's just amazing to see how many, we look at things like, statistics have shown we've made so many improvements in the fight against cancer. For example, 4 out of 5 children who are diagnosed survive now. That's not good enough. We need to get that number to 5 out of 5. So events like Relay for Life help us get there.
That's awesome. Well, talk about the American Cancer Society. What impact have they had on cancer research?
We have over 40 Nobel laureates who have found treatments for cancer. One of the things that has been tremendous is a drug called Gleevec in the fight against leukemia. It's just amazing, and the number of researchers that we support every year through the donations that we get through Relay. Just as you look at statistics and the number of deaths due to cancer, those continue to drop. And we've seen significant progress over the past 20 years. And a lot of that has been thanks again to work volunteers do and donations that have been made from our communities.
Another question, what time is the Luminaria ceremony?
That is an excellent question. I wish I knew that off the top of my head, but it's after the sunset. So I'm guessing probably 8 or 9 o'clock. If you go to the website, they've already got the schedule listed out there. So
awesome.
The Luminaria ceremony, for those who don't know, basically there are white paper bags around the track that have candles in them, and they represent people who have lost their battle with cancer or who are survivors. And it's very emotional for a lot of people to see all those bags, because it's not just a paper bag with a candle. That bag represents someone's life and their story. So
That's awesome. Well, we appreciate you being here.
Yeah.
I got a every morning I get a quote from one of those quote generators that sends to my computer. Today's is pretty appropriate. It said, it's an African proverb that says, if you want to go fast, go alone. But if you want to go far, go together. That's what you guys are doing. You're asking people to chip in and help out, and hopefully we can get farther along in this cure for cancer.
thank you, appreciate it. I hope I see you all there in the spring. Looking forward to it.
That's great. Well, how about a nice round of applause once again for Ann Wheat? Thank you
Thank
for
you
all you
very
do.
much.
Take care. All righty. Thank you, gentlemen. At this time, it's our monthly top 10 list sponsored by Active Bodies. And that is Mr. Eric. I don't know if Eric's here today, but he's probably actively at work right now. But go see Eric at Active Bodies. And I've got a helper that's going to do today's top 10 list. I think she's, gosh, where could she be? I wonder.
Here I am, dear.
Well, my wife's here. Oh, that was
Hello,
wrong.
dear.
Hi, how are you?
Oh, a little green around the gills.
This is Wendy Witch. Wendy, welcome. Good to have you here.
Did you hear that? He said, welcome. Oh, Mark, that touches my heart. Usually I'm about as welcome as baked beans on a bus trip. That's good to hear.
I don't even know what that means. No, I think I do.
Think about it,
Yeah, I think I do. What's going on? I know you're a little early for Halloween, but I like it. You're being proactive.
Yes, I'm early. I came to talk about Superstition Spring Center. Love the joint. And you know, they got a spirit store over there where you can go and get your Halloween costumes. Isn't that exciting, Mayor? Is he gone?
He's gone.
Oh, I was gonna suck up. Well, anyway, and every Thursday, 10 o'clock to 11 at Superstition Spring Center, they have Kids Club. It's wonderful, it's quite a treat, and it's free. So mommy should know about that and bring their kids over. Now that runs through October 29th, and then they take a break, and then they'll resume in February. And one other quick thing to say is, Santa Claus, you remember that guy, heavy set?
Yes.
Wears red a lot.
Yes.
He's gonna be there starting November 5th for pictures with Santa.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
All right, so it goes from Halloween to Santa to then, there's something always going on at Superstition Springs.
Always, dear.
That's awesome. Well,
Yeah.
I'll tell you what's going on this morning. We got a top 10 list.
Oh, goody.
This is a top 10 couples Halloween costumes. Okay, you got it? This is couples that want to do everything together, so for Halloween, they kind of dress up and go out. Top 10 couples Halloween costumes. Number 10, eggs and bacon.
It looks like breakfast in bed.
That bacon looks like a English flag, doesn't it?
It does.
The weird thing, that guy's name is Kevin.
Oh, I get it.
Yeah, thank you. It only takes one. Number 9, peanut butter and jelly.
Oh, a sandwich.
A sandwich.
Cha-ching.
Number 8, Arizona heat.
No comment.
No comment. Number 7, lightning.
Ooh. Or monsoon.
Well, a little lightning damage too, evidently.
Yeah.
Number 6, Crescent Crayon dispenser.
Love on tap.
Yeah, love on tap.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. Number 5, the bun mat. Oh, see, there's a bun in the oven.
Oh. Is that like shake and bake?
That is like shake and bake.
Yeah.
And I helped.
Yeah.
Some of you remember that commercial.
Sorry, Pastor.
Number 4. Number 4, the babies.
Oh.
That's a little weird.
Mark, that looks like a couple members of Congress. Don't you think?
Yeah, yes, it does.
Yeah.
Number 3, booby buddies.
Is that a Kardashian?
No. You know, if you're going to do that, you probably ought to both be the same height.
Yeah.
But that's a good, that's because of its Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Number 2, Rock'em Sock'em Robots. Yeah, that's a nice commentary on a happy marriage right there. And the number 1, excuse me, couple Halloween costume, it's Wilson.
Oh. Oh.
Remember Wilson from
Tom Hanks.
From Tom Hanks, yeah. And nobody ever really knows the other guy's name. So anyway, that's the top 10 couples presented. Presented by Active Bodies and presented by Wendy the Witch. And by the way,
Thanks,
I wish
dear.
I had something from Cobblestone that you could stop by and have your broom cleaned.
Oh, I'd love to do that. Then I could make a clean sweep. Wouldn't that be nice?
See?
Yeah.
See?
Mark.
We'll have you back next month for top 10 puns.
Oh, fun.
Well, we thank you so much for coming by, Wendy. I know you're busy. People should come see you at Superstition Springs.
Well, no.
Well, not you.
I
but-
hide in the halls. I don't want to scare them.
Oh, there you go.
No.
Well, thanks for coming by. I know you're busy.
And I have a name for the boys.
Oh, do you? Okay.
Yes. Do you like this, boys? Slaves of swing. You like it?
Slaves of Swing.
Yeah. And that drummer there, I want to get his card. I like the way he looks, like his hairstyle.
You guys are sharing the same hairstyle. I like it. Well, thanks for coming by.
Mwah. Love you, dear.
Good to see you. Wendy Witch.
See you. Mwah. Thanks, everybody.
Fine, Wendy. See, now, if they were about 30 years older, they would have played Witchcraft. But they have no idea what that song is. Have you ever heard? Have you heard? Oh, give us a little riff of some Witchcraft. No, okay. Sorry, you know, off the top of your head, that was brutal. Sorry about that. Hey, our sponsors guests come to us courtesy of Mountain Vista. Why am I having a problem with this? Mountain Vista Medical Center. Here today to talk about the advancement in cancer detection and treatment. Please welcome Shahid Latif and Stacy McMillan. Shahid and Stacy, come on out. Here they come. Welcome out to, good to have you here. Thanks, Stacy. Hi, Shahid. Welcome.
Nice seeing you.
Good to have you here. Welcome to Mesa Morning Live. Have a seat. And it's Breast Cancer Awareness Month. We've heard a little bit about that. Tell us a little bit more about what's happening in the advanced detection and cancer research.
Well, I'm Dr. Latif. I'm a radiation oncologist, and I treat cancer with radiation. And I'm very happy to partner with the Mountain Vista Medical Center. And they have the advanced technologies of digital mammography, this being Breast Cancer Awareness Month. So they are doing a great job of providing free screening every week, digital mammography. And so we, as we talked earlier, American Cancer Society lady, that the aim is to get cure and diagnosis at early stage so that we can get 100% cure rate. So the early detection is the key. If we can detect the cancers early, we can cure them 100%. And in the same vein, this digital mammography, this is very, very accurate. it has very few side effects, very minimal radiation delivered to the normal people, which they don't need. And the results are excellent. So basically, I'm very, very happy that Mountain Vista is providing that.
That's great. Stacy, tell us a little bit about the center.
Well, we are a fairly new center. We're only about 8 years old. We do pretty much everything. We are a heart center and a stroke center. We have a full imaging department. Of course, we do the mammography every Tuesdays for free in the month of October. We are doing the breast cancer walk this weekend.
Where's that going to be?
The breast cancer walk is downtown.
Okay.
It's the Susan Komen G
Okay,
Walk.
great. And where's the center located? Where are you guys?
We are on Chrisman, right off the 60, north of the 60.
Okay, great. Well, doctor, you said that the key to any cancer, I know, is early detection. Can you give us an idea, or give those in the audience an idea of how often they should self-examine, things like that?
True. The usual recommendation for, like we are specifically talking about the breast cancer, is after age 45, every 2 years, and after age 55, every year. But the patients who have genetic predisposition, the cancer does run in families. So the people who have those BRCA genes, which are, predisposed to cancer, breast cancer, so they should have screening early, starting at age 20, and as a baseline, and after that, every 3 years, and if 2 to 3 times consecutively the screening is negative, then we go to 5 years and so forth. But basically, every 5 years for up to 45, and then every year, and then we continue that way.
But that's actually an exam in the clinic, right? But
Yes.
but you
True.
Yeah.
And so self-examination, that is also a good, very, very good and effective way. Yesterday I gave a talk on skin cancer, and living in Arizona, we are exposed to a lot of sun and lot of skin cancer. And again, skin cancer is not a lethal cancer, but it can cause a lot of problems. Ultimately, if left alone, can cause death as well. Similarly, prostate cancer, simple test, blood test, and it's called PSA. If it's done every year, we know that 70,000 people can be saved from death. So as far as breast self-examination is concerned, it's a simple procedure. Ladies can examine in the bathroom, sitting in front of a simple mirror, and both sides just see and look for anything which is abnormal, which was not there before last time, and anything suspicious, which is feels, looks, or anything, any discharge. So anything which is abnormal, which was not there, should be noted and should be brought to physicians and tested further. So basically, this is what we need to do for anything which was not there before and which is persisting, do it, bring it to a physician.
That's great. Well, I just got a note here. Mountain Vista has self-exam cards on the back table that can help. So stop by and guys, take one home to the important women in your life, to all the women in your life, because this is something that, like you said, it used to be something that was, it's still scary, but boy, you've made a lot of advancements. Talk a little bit about where you've come from and where you see this going as far as treatment.
The treatment-wise, again, the first step in any cancer is detection. So screening is the best part. We can get it before it's apparent, then it has the best cure rate. But we cannot find it because of there are internal structures and we can't see them, we can't feel them. So we have to have annual physical examination, blood test, as I said earlier. For lung cancer, now CT scans are recommended by FDA and approved by Medicare. So we do all those tests, and then when we find the cancer, the first step is to do the biopsy. We have to have it sample of the tissue that whether it's cancerous or non-cancerous. So we diagnose first, and once it's diagnosed, then the very first step is mostly surgery. We have to have it taken out, and then based on what the surgery shows, like again, this is being breast cancer, we have a long history of breast cancer. 50 years ago, breast cancer was treated. We didn't know how to treat it, so we had what we call radical mastectomy. And what it entailed is they will take out the whole breast and all these lymph glands in one big chunk, all this. And this was a horrendous operation, but it was good for those times. The problem was when they remove all those lymph glands and all that, this arm will swell up, it will become this big, it will become red, it will become painful. And then the ladies have to live with that for the rest of the life. And the problem was because of that swelling and that accumulation of lymph over here, there would develop in few years another lethal cancer called lymphangiosarcoma, and that will kill. If breast cancer has not killed, that will kill within years. And so it was terrible. But later, we refined the techniques. From radical we went to modified radical, where we'll take out the breast and the lymph glands. And then for last 30 years, we are doing what we call lumpectomy. And what lumpectomy is, basically we take out, we have diagnosed with mammography that there is a cancer here. So surgeons will just take out the cancer with some normal tissue around it and leave the breast intact. It's important. We are preserving the breast because breast itself is important for psychological reasons, cosmetic reasons. And then of course, surgery has its own side effects, which I mentioned earlier for if we do the radical mastectomy. So the breast is intact. And then after that, we give radiation therapy to the remainder of the breast. And then if those lymph nodes we sample, we don't take out all the lymph glands, but we sample the lymph glands. And the best news is if those lymph glands are not involved, meaning the cancer was limited to here. So if the breast cancer is limited here, the ladies don't need chemotherapy. And chemotherapy is a very, very strong treatment. It has a lot of side effects. You lose hair, you lose weight, nausea, vomiting. It's a mess. So the lymph glands are negative. You don't need chemotherapy. But then after the lumpectomy, if we don't do anything, the chances of tumor coming back in the same breast is about 42%. But if we give radiation, which I specialize, to the same breast, the probability drops down to less than 5%. So basically, we did a lot of studies on thousands of people. First, they were done here in the United States, and then it was replicated in Europe and all over the world. And now we know for a fact that if we just preserve the breast, save the breast, and just take out the cancer, and then give radiation to the breast, we have exactly the same survival, less side effects, and the quality of life is good, and we preserve the breast, and we save a lot of side effects, a lot of problems. So basically, our technology is getting there where we preserve all the organs in the body. We try to preserve them because there is no replacement for normal tissues, normal organs, and same goes for anything, urinary bladder, they would take out, and how do you live without a urinary bladder? Now we are preserving urinary bladder, and I can go on and on and on. So preserve the normal tissues, take out which is necessary, and then give radiation if necessary, give chemotherapy as if necessary. So basically, the aim is cure the cancer, prevent the side effects, improve the quality of life, and that's what we are trying to do.
That makes sense. Here's a question. Are there any other ways to beat cancer other than treating it with radiation therapy?
So basically, treatment of radiation, there are primary radiation treatment like prostate cancer. Prostate cancer can be treated with surgery, but then treating with surgery has its own problem. The patients who have surgery have what we call radical prostatectomy. The chances of urinary incontinence is about 60%, which is very, very high. You know, patients do anything. They laugh and they leak urine. They try to grab something, they leak urine. And in extreme cases, they have to wear diapers for the rest of their life. And that's very, very scary. So in those cases, we have been treating prostate cancer with radiation for the last 30 years, and the results are same or better. There is no incontinence, and matter of fact, I should mention the rate of impotence with the radical prostatectomy is about 70%, and most men, this is most important function, they don't want to lose it. So 70% impotence with radical prostatectomy, which we can prevent with radiation, and they preserve their prostate and no side effects. And the side effects with the radiation, mostly they are very, very limited and localized and during course of radiation. And after that, it goes away. So basically, radiation is useful in so many ways in all different organ systems. And we have excellent track records at our cancer center at Arizona Oncology Network. We are based at Broadway and Power Road, close proximity to Mountain Vista Hospital. And you know, we are partnered with Mountain Vista Hospital. We have the latest technologies here locally, which you can get anywhere in the valley or anywhere. We provide it here, and we are very, very lucky that we are here. We are providing these services. Myself, I trained at Albert Einstein University in New York. I did my fellowship at Harvard, so I'm not boasting, but I can claim that I have the same, almost same, or better qualification than any place, anywhere you will get.
That's great. What's on the horizon? Do you see anything that's exciting for you as far as, you know, you look 20 years ago and you think of where we are now. What's to come?
That's a great question. As I said, the best part is improvement of the technologies. Technologies are getting so good, so better, giving the maximum radiation dose to the cancer and protecting the normal tissue. Again, coming to the breast cancer, what we have, what we call brachytherapy. And basically, we give localized radiation therapy. I gave you the snapshot of growth of radiation from radical mastectomy to lumpectomy, followed by radiation. This brachytherapy is a new technique which is used for quite some time now, almost 10 years, and we are offering here at our cancer center as well. So what it does is, instead of treating the whole breast, we put a balloon during the surgery. Surgeon takes out the cancer, and then we put the balloon, and instead of giving like 6 weeks of radiation treatment, we give about 8 to 10 treatments at our center. Just we hook that balloon to our brachytherapy machine, and we, of course, we do very sophisticated treatment planning and all what is needed to make it work. And then we attach that. We give about 5 minutes of radiation to that area, the cavity where the breast was. And then, again, there is minimum radiation given to the breast and to other tissues, and the cure rates are same. So it's a very, very exciting technology that and this is beneficial for ladies who are younger, who are working, who cannot afford to go for treatment for 6 to 7 weeks, which is external beam radiation, which I do traditional radiation. It is daily, Monday through Friday, 5 days a week. So they have to leave their families, they have to leave their job to get the treatment. With this technology, brachytherapy, they can have just 8 treatments and less side effects and no hassle and same or better results. So I'm very happy that we have those technologies available locally as well.
That's great. Stacey, anything you'd like to add before we encourage people to pick up the self-exam cards?
We have a lot of stuff back there for people to pick up and take home. If you would like to get a free mammogram, call our center and we can get you all set up for a Tuesday.
That's great. And if after they leave, if they come up with other questions they might have for you, what's the best way to, do you have a website?
We do have a website at iasishealthcare.com, and then just pick our hospital. We have a website set up there, and you can call the center and ask for me if you need to.
Well, that's great. Well, we appreciate you being here. I'm sure that everybody in this room has been touched by family or loved ones that have come down with breast cancer, and boy, it's exciting to see the progress that's being made, and hopefully someday, don't take this the wrong way, hopefully someday there won't be a need for you guys.
Definitely.
That would be awesome. Yeah, that's great. Well, how about a big round of applause once again, Shareed Latif and Stacy McMillan. Thank you very much. Thanks for coming by. Thanks you, doctor. Thank you. Thanks, Stacy. Thank you. All righty. Hey, we're going to do a couple of, going to get you out of here in a minute. We're going to do a couple of door prizes. But first, I've just been notified. Neil Bear, our favorite, there he is in the back. Wave, Neil. Neil's still a little depressed about the Yankees, but that's a whole nother story. I won't even bring that up. Neil has been kind enough to offer a tour immediately following Mesa Morning Live. He's going to give a tour of Cresco Crown Distributing. Will this be a dry tour? Yes, it will. But it's still an amazing facility. Truly, I've done a little research on this for some projects. This is one of the most amazing distributorships in the country. So you're here anyway, take a minute, come and see what they've got going on. It's a great place. And more importantly to us, it's a great place to have our Mesa Morning Live meetings. Thanks, Neil. And please give Bubba and all the management team our thanks. You guys are the best. So with that in mind, a couple of quick, we're gonna get you out of here. A couple of door prizes. The first one is a voucher for one free instructor-led Microsoft Office course. It's donated by Dynamic Worldwide, and the winner is from Sweet Susan's, Susan Tong. Susan. And the next and final door prize is a gift certificate for two for a cruise donated by Dolly Steamboat. What a great trip that is. Dolly's a great member of the chamber. And the winner, he's a first timer, but he's a two-time winner. How about a big round of applause for Bob Lenz from Community Church. You guys, that's going to conclude October's episode of Mesa Morning Live. We can't thank you enough for being this is what makes Mesa work. It's Mesa people helping Mesa businesses and giving back whenever we can. So the only way to make this better is every month if it keeps building. So let's tell people about it. Let's get a lot of people to come in here. If they can't make it, they can watch on Channel 11. So we thank you, Cox, for that. If you've got any questions at all during the month, you can always find out answers from mesachamber.org. Am I right? mesachamber.org. Otherwise, we're going to conclude October. We'll see you in November. Go out and make it a great day, folks. Take it away, guys.